Hey there, cats and kittens. My name is Alonda Carter, and I am the Recovering Hunbot. I create anti-MLM, that's anti-multi-level marketing videos, and on occasion I dip my toes into true crime. And if you really think about it, isn't multi-level marketing criminal? There are many words for multi-level marketing: direct sales, social selling, network marketing, but I am using multi-level marketing just to get semantics out of the way, because when you really look at these things, they're all alike, and if it looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, walks like a duck, guess what? It's a triangular duck. Now the thing is, all MLMs have their pitch, if you will, and so I thought it would be interesting for us to look at a specific pitch, so that's what we're going to do today. Now these pitches can be like a Zoom call, it can be a one-on-one meeting at a coffee shop, it can be a home meeting, it can even be like a hey hun message. I mean, there's multiple ways that you can do this, but this comes from a social media platform, and today we will be looking at the opportunity presented by a Le-Vel Thrive, actually two Le-Vel Thrive Hunbots. Now please do not send any hate to anyone involved with Le-Vel Thrive or in multi-level marketing, or actually really anyone, anytime. And also be kind to each other in the comment section. I'm critiquing an industry that I find highly problematic. And as always, please do your own research. This video is based on my research, experience, and opinion. Please, 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 please do your own research. Recently, I've had an uptick in subs, so thank you very much. I hit the 6,000 mark. I'm super, super excited about that. So welcome to everybody who is new and everyone who's been here before. Thank you so much for coming back. I also want to say welcome to two new patrons. Cat B, thank you so much for your support. And I am not sure how to pronounce this other person's name, so I'm so very sorry, but thank you very much too. And now let's get pitched. So for this pitch, I thought it would be interesting if we watch it together, and then I will give my reaction or kind of like summary about it. And as we're watching it, I'll probably like jot down some notes because I'm not going to remember everything.
Hello.
Hey girl.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Oh my gosh, it's so like nice out today, hey? Like all week, it's been like spring weather. It's crazy.
I know. It's like -3 today, I think, or something like that.
Crazy. Okay, we'll just wait for more people to hop on, and then I'll get started with talking about the 3 steps.
Hey.
I'm so excited. Okay.
Oops. I don't know how to work this.
Hi. Hi, Kenny. Okay, let's get started. Okay, hi everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning. We have our girl here, Joy. She'll be sharing her story. But before she shares her story, we'll quickly break down the 3-step system that Thrive is all about. Just for those who haven't heard much of it. Okay, so we have our step 1, which is our lifestyle capsules. We have it in both formulas, men and women's, but I take women's personally. Sometimes I'll take men's if I actually need the extra kick of caffeine. Only difference is men's has 10 milligrams worth of caffeine. You take this as soon as you wake up in the morning on an empty stomach. The reason why is because when we're asleep, our bodies, it's fasting, right? So when we wake up, our bodies are primed to absorb all the vitamins in here. And guys, in 8 to 10 minutes, I kid you not, I can feel the energy working in like a short amount of time. Then after 20 to 30 minutes after the step 1, still on an empty stomach, you want to take your lifestyle mix, which is your step 2. This one's strawberry, but there's like chocolate, vanilla, apple pie, cinnamon, pumpkin spice, candy cane, so many good flavors. But no, this isn't a protein shake. It's not a meal replacement either, but it does contain some protein. It's mainly to heal your gut health. So, at first I didn't know what gut health was all about, but essentially it's your second brain. So when your gut is out of whack, basically you're not focused. You're not sleeping well, or sometimes people break out because, poor gut, or they see excessive weight gain or all that stuff, right? So when you heal your gut health, you're going to see your body working at like, optimal prime health. It's filled with prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes, more vitamins, more minerals, so all that good stuff for your gut. So after that, immediately you want to put your step 3, which is your DFT. First of its kind in the world. It stands for Dermafusion Technology. It's mainly wearable nutrition, guys. So yes, you wear this on your body. It's not just a cute sticker. People, there's different kinds for different reasons. So there's some for fat burn, mood support, appetite control, or just weight management, right? So yeah, this one's really important because it ties the 3 steps all together. It keeps the body, or it keeps the vitamins circulating throughout the body all day, so you don't feel like that caffeine crash that typically people have on like coffee, right? But yeah, that is the last step, and then you're set for the day. So 3 steps done within the first 30 minutes of your day, and you're good. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about the 3 steps, make sure to message me or Joy, and we'll gladly help you out with that.
Yes.
Okay, but I'm so excited to hear Joy's story. She's 22.
Yeah, I'm 22 years old.
22, yeah. So yeah, Joy, just take it away. Tell us about how you heard about Thrive, what was life like pre-Thrive, and, what it's done for you.
Yeah, so I actually heard about Thrive through Dana, which is like Winnipeg Thriver. She's like one of my really good girlfriends. She would talk about like these vitamins, and to be honest, like I was never really the supplement type of girl. Like I would go to the gym and eat healthy or whatever, but like pre-workout and protein and maybe like BCAAs every now and then, but like multivitamins and all these things were not really for me, in my opinion, just because I didn't know anything about it. And the only multivitamins that I really knew about was like the stuff like the gummies from drugstores, and then everyone was like, they don't even work, like whatever. So I was like, all right, so probably like multivitamins are just like placebo, like I don't know, right? And then one day I think Dana mentioned that she had like a deal basically on the 4 weeks, and I was like, I'm gonna just hop on, support my girl, try it out, whatever. And okay, so I just want to throw this out there. It's kind of embarrassing, but I want to share it because it's kind of funny. So Dana was like, all right, so like we're gonna start you off on half servings because just ease your body in, whatever, all these things. And like I said, okay, like keep this in mind, supplements not for me, okay? Like I don't know what it is, right? So she said half servings, okay? So I'm not dumb, okay? But I like took the capsules, and Dana, oh my God, if you remember this, I'm dying. I opened the capsule, like the like step 1, and I like mixed half the capsule like powder in my water, and I chugged the water thinking like that's how you take it. No, for real. Like
oh no,
seriously. So I was like, it's not doing much for me, like because I didn't take it properly, you know what I mean? Then I finally told Dana, I was like, is this how you take it? She's like, no, you just take 1 capsule to start. And then so whatever. So after that like confusion, I finally took how like you're supposed to properly, and yeah, I was a day 1 thriver.
Yeah.
So basically, if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically you just feel like the effects of the vitamins working on day 1. For me specifically, I felt energized for sure. Definitely, I could feel my body running smoothly. And I don't know how to explain this feeling, but I'm sure a lot of you guys know this feeling. But when you get hit with that Thrive energy, you just feel like a weight's been lifted off your shoulders. Like I can't explain it. Like you literally have to try it. But yeah, so I just felt super like, I don't know, like refreshed, replenished. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I get you.
Yeah. So that, and I never really thought I needed it because I don't know, I just never really thought I needed it. But basically life before Thrive, so I was in college when I started Thrive. I graduated now, but I was a working student. I worked as a server. So I would have school at like 8 a.m. So I'd be awake for 6 a.m. And then right after school, I think I was done at like 1 o'clock or something. And then I'd have like work at 3 p.m. And then I'd be working till like midnight, especially if it was like super busy. I'd be working till like 1 a.m.
Oh my goodness.
So I was exhausted, okay? And like, I just thought that was normal to feel tired because like, you know, you're a student, you're working, like, of course you're gonna be tired, right? But let me tell you guys, you're not supposed to feel that tired. Like, I would take so many naps. Like, when I say so many naps, like sometimes like Gabe would be texting me and it's like 5 hours ago and I'm still not replying and he like thinks I died or something. Yeah, like I would just be like out, right? I'm tired, I'm sleeping, right? And not only like being a student and working, I had a test like every day. So I was just like mentally so like tired, right? Because I'm studying and then every 2 or 3 weeks I have exams. Basically, yeah, like my first few experiences at Thrive, it really helped with my energy. It really helped with my mental clarity and focus with school and everything. Over time though, right? Like you get that mental clarity over time. And yeah, so that's kind of like a little background on how I got started on it.
Yeah, and see, like I think people when they think Thrive, they assume it's just like a weight loss product, right? But it's so much more, right?
Yeah.
Like, and like a lot of people like don't realize like your gut actually plays a lot with your like your mood, your mental health, right? So yeah, like I feel you too. Like we're not supposed to be this tired, right? Like we're young, right? Like we should be able to have like a long day and not feel like we need 3 naps, right?
Exactly. Like
Totally.
Like literally like like I know a lot of people who follow us like are around the same age group, and if you're thinking like, oh, I'm young, like I'm good, I don't need vitamins, let me tell you, like let me tell you, like that was me, okay? Like
Yes.
I'm literally kicking myself, like, but yes.
I agree. Like I honestly agree, guys. And like it's crazy because like I think I went on it for I was like a Starbucks addict. I just wanted to like stop drinking coffee, right? And like now I don't drink coffee, and when I do, guys, like I'm like when I say coffee, I really just mean like a frappuccino or like, you know, like those like fancy Starbucks drinks, like those fun, you know, holiday
lattes
drinks,
and all these
yeah,
things.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'll have those like maybe once a month or something. And I obviously ask for decaf because I don't need the extra caffeine, right? But yeah, like major life changes when you're on Thrive.
Yeah, for sure.
Next question. So you are a promoter.
Yes.
So what made you want to join the business?
So I kind of was on and off with like the 4 weeks before because I just didn't know what I was doing with my life. But finally one day I messaged Dana and I was like, I think I'm ready. Like, I was like, I don't know what I'm ready for, but I'm ready. You know what I mean? And I just like wanted to purchase the VIP package because I just saw like the worth of it. You get a lot of things in that pack, and I really liked how I felt on it. And I was just like, why don't I just have some extras to share with some friends, like get them on it, like see like how I feel so they can feel the same, right? And I have a lot of friends that are like living off coffee. Like I was never the coffee drinker because I just don't like coffee, but I definitely would drink it if I needed it. And I had some friends that would literally have like 3-4 cups a day, and then so I was like, and then they'd have caffeine crashes at the end of the day, and I'm like, that ain't it. Like that's not the way. That's not the way. Right? Yeah. So yeah, and then like it was so funny because like probably like within a week or so of, you know, getting my VIP pack, 2 of my friends already like purchased the 4 weeks just to like try it out, and like they've been seeing like Thrive around social media. But I guess because they didn't really personally know anyone on it, they were kind of iffy. But because I was on it, they're like, I'll give it a try, right? So that's kind of how I started like my VIP thing, and I didn't really start like promoting until just a few months ago, really. Like I would share my stuff every now and then, but I just felt like I never had the time because like I was juggling so much, right? But that's also the great thing about doing this is you can literally do it from everywhere. So I remember like being in college and like whenever we had 10-15 minute breaks, I just post whatever or like just talk to random people about it. And that's kind of how I started like doing it. Like it was just kind of like over time rather than just like, I'm going to do it right now. Like it was just like little things here and there. So yeah.
And that is really what's the beauty of it, right? Like you can work this business anywhere, and like as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection and a phone, there you go.
That's all you need.
Yeah. So if there's something you can tell others, who are hesitant on joining or who already are, but they're just starting out, do you have any tips on like what you can tell them from experience?
I think something I would say if you're like starting off in terms of like promoting, I'll say, I know it's intimidating at first because you're kind of like, I don't want to look like that person, or I don't want to feel like that. I don't want people to think like that. Like, I just want to tell y'all, don't give a fuck, okay? Like, don't give a fuck what people say, okay? Like, this is gonna sound so weird, but like everyone is literally are living in different realities. So like you will look different in everyone's perspective. So at that point, just realize, do you? Like, if you like it as much as you know you do, just show people that. Like, why, like, like you take pictures of your Starbucks drink and be like, oh my God, this peppermint frappuccino is so good. Why can't you be like, this chocolate shake is freaking amazing? Yes. You know what I mean? Like, that's like my main thing. Like, just don't give a fuck. And like, I swear a lot, but yeah, just don't care. Really just like get in tune with how you're feeling when you're on it, because like, you just always want to remember how you felt to begin with, because at the end of the day you're gonna just like know like, okay, I feel so great, but like you just always gotta remember like, how did you feel day one, because that's gonna really push you and make you realize like, okay, this is why I started and this is why people need to start it, right?
Yes, knowing your why. Exactly.
So that's my tip. Just don't give a fuck. Remember why you love it, and just and because like, like we invest in hair and lashes, body alterations, and all these things. And don't get me wrong, obviously I do that. But like, like at the end of the day, you got to realize too, like we only have one body and we really need to take care of it, right? Like you're never too young or too old to start it. And what are you waiting for, to be honest? Like, what are you waiting for? Like, are you waiting to like start feeling sick? Like, I don't know what to tell you, right? So that's like my tip. For sure.
Yeah, and honestly, and like people don't realize too, we kind of already do that daily, right? Like if you're eating at your favorite restaurant, you share it, right? Or right? If you're
like, I see Johnny G's on y'all stories a lot.
Yeah,
okay? Like I see you can do that with your Thrive.
Yeah. They're even putting like the price point, like $10 meals.
Exactly.
So yeah, like and that's how simple it is, right? You love something, you're passionate about something, you're just naturally gonna start sharing it. And yeah, I love your story, Joy. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
So thank you guys for joining and hopping on, listening to Joy's story. If you guys have any questions at all about the Thrive experience, or you want to get started, make sure to message one of us and we'll gladly get you started.
Yes.
Okay, have a great Wednesday, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Where do I start? So yeah, I did take notes kind of, as we went along in this little thing. So the first thing that happened was sharing the 3 steps, the lifestyle capsule on an empty stomach, because your body's set to absorb, the vitamins and nutrients for that. And I think 10 minutes later is the lifestyle mix, whatever that is. And then finally slapping on the DFT patch, because, you got to have wearable nutrition. Now, what bothers me about this is that you're not offered any resources to go and look up and read about, well, what's in this? Has this been tested? Where has it been tested? Is it a reliable test? Are there any adverse effects of this? Have there been any problems? Nothing like that was addressed. And something else that bothers me about this whole little presentation is that it wasn't interactive. So you couldn't ask questions during it, and they were live on social media, so they should have been engaging with people. But I'm kind of thinking maybe they're discouraged from engaging like that because maybe they would be stumped with a question. So maybe it's better to do kind of like a one-off or something. I know. What do you think? And what else? Let's see. Okay. So you're told that there's different types. You can get fat burning, mood support. And it's like, okay, but that doesn't really tell me anything. And also you're talking about, healing my gut health. Well, who are you to be able to talk about gut health? I mean, you're someone who bought a starter pack And both of them are very young, much younger than me. They could both be my daughters. I think the first girl, I mean, to me, she looks like she's a teenager. I know I'm like having everything covered for you guys because I got to do that. I don't want to like call people out into their identities. And then the other girl just recently graduated college. And so she looks like she's in her 20s. But I'm kind of going like, how is it that I'm supposed to know exactly what's going on and be able to make an informed decision based on this? Because they're also pitching the opportunity. They don't say anything about how you get paid, how much you get paid, how much they're getting paid, the likelihood that you'll get paid, the likelihood that anybody will buy this stuff from you. They don't talk about anything like that. So that bothers me. Let's see what else. I found it weird about the one girl about like supplements and multivitamins weren't for her, but yet she's going to put all of this stuff in her body. It's just like, it just feels very awkward to me. Maybe it's just me, but it just feels weird. And this whole thing about, being energized by this stuff. And it does seem like there is caffeine involved in it. And maybe some, I don't know how much caffeine it is. I know one has 10 milligrams more than the other. I think it was for the men. And, maybe I don't want to be putting caffeine in my body. And does that patch have caffeine in it? I don't know, because I don't feel like I've been given enough information about it. Do you feel like you have enough information? Okay, then the whole thing about like the crash and being young and shouldn't feel tired. Let me tell you, I've been young before and I was putting myself through school as a server. I would take morning classes, then I'd go work lunch, and I would sometimes have an evening class or I'd work a double. I mean, I get all of that, but you know what? I still got tired, not just because I'm young, because I was doing a lot. I think it's kind of normal. If you are like running around and doing a whole lot like you do when you're in college, if you don't ever feel tired, I would say that's a little odd and weird. Now, I was never like absolutely exhausted every single day, no, nothing like that. But some days you do a bit more than another, just like in normal life. Some days you're fine and you're full of energy, and then another day you might just, not so much. What exactly is wrong with that? How is that problematic? Okay, then there was this talk about, well, this is more than weight loss, but they do really kind of push that whole weight loss, showing those before and afters. If you've never been on the Le-Vel Thrive Facebook page, tons of before and afters. If you've ever looked at Shanann Watts, her page, which is still up, tons of before and afters. And that seems to be the thing. A couple of weeks ago, I did a live stream with someone and another instructional designer. I'm an instructional designer. If you don't know, that means somebody who designs and develops training. And I believe in the training that we looked at it's basically telling people to post those before and afters, to post these testimonials, which to me, it feels extremely salesy, which is very opposite of most MLMs where they're not wanting you to be pushy and salesy. But this one, and again, maybe it's just me, but let me know what you think. It feels much more pushy than other things. But again, it could be me. I don't know. But that whole like, don't need Starbucks anymore. Well, what's wrong with having a Starbucks here and there? I mean, I don't think there's anything awful with that. And this whole idea of major life changes on Thrive, that's kind of nebulous, very vague. And so what can someone expect? But your life is totally going to transform now that you're thriving. And that's something I found to be a problem, is saying like, oh, on day one, I was thriving. It's that loaded language, and loaded language is part of the BITE model of, something being a cult. And so I pick up on that loaded language, and it makes me very uncomfortable. And I don't even think they realize that's what it is. And it becomes normal to use these little catchphrases within any MLM. A lot of them have very similar type things, and there's like some global type things as well. But then there's going to be stuff that's very specific to each one. And I think this concept of that I'm thriving, that's definitely the Le-Vel Thrive. And that just, it feels weird to me. It just feels weird. I'm going to say that. And the whole idea, okay, this is what I got out of the whole don't give a F about anything, is I felt like it was give yourself permission to not care about what people think. And in some aspects, I agree with that in some situations. But here's the thing. When it comes to multi-level marketing products, overall, people are not interested in them. They don't want to see you posting about it and how excited you are. Nobody cared about my Shakeology when I was posting that stuff. It's the same kind of thing. People are turned off and they don't want to see it and they tune out. The only people that think you're doing a great job by doing all of that is someone else who's thriving. But you don't see that when you're caught up in it because you're told that's what you need to do. So that's part of your daily task. And those tasks keep you indoctrinated into the whole idea that this thing is one, it's helpful for your overall health, and two, it's going to help you financially. You get what I mean? And something else that I found strange is like, are you waiting to feel sick? Like basically what's holding you back? Are you just waiting to feel sick? Well, nobody's waiting to feel sick, but then you're kind of implying that this stuff is going to prevent you from being sick, but you don't tell me how. And also, you're not a medical professional. And so I think that that's some dangerous claims that are being made and can be very problematic when it comes to like the FTC cracking down on stuff, which they have since hashtag COVID. And this whole thing about being passionate and sharing about stuff. And I go back to it again, if it is an MLM product, I don't care how much passion you have behind it. No one gives a flying monkey's nut. No one does, except for the people doing it. And then they're like, oh, high five, girl. Yes, yes, yes. Because you're all part of, that same club, so to speak. If I'm passionate about a fabulous meal I've had somewhere, yeah, I would post about that. Although right now during COVID, I'm not going anywhere because I don't want to risk anything. I'm not doing that. But okay, let's pretend like it's not COVID. Yeah, fabulous meal or something, or I find something really cool somewhere. Yeah, I would post about that. But this is just not genuine. This always has something attached to it. And the thing that's attached to it is like, buy my poop or join my team, or buy my poop and join my team. That's what it's all about. And that's what feels so awkward and just icky. Let me know what your thoughts are because I would love to hear it. I mean, do you feel like this is a good pitch? It's a solid pitch and that people have enough information to decide if they want to thrive? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure you take a moment and do that. And remember, you're beautiful and I love you.